Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Hari Hari. Nam Vishnu Sai Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvises Sunyavadi Paschyata Desatarine. Hare Krishna. Good morning. Welcome everyone for Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We will continue to read from Madhya Leela, chapter 7, Lord Chaitanya's South India tour, and text 32. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya
Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Thank you so much for joining this Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. It's very, very auspicious, and especially this scripture is meant for us, Gaudiya Vaishnava, the followers of ISKCON and Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So we'll start. Is Prabhuji, you want to recite the Bengali?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare.
গুণে দোষাজ্ঞার ছলে সেবা নিষেধিয়া একাবিক ভ্রমিবেন তীর্থ বৈরাগ্য করিয়া.
Therefore, to prevent them from accompanying him and becoming unhappy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declared their good qualities to be false. Purport. The Lord wanted to tour all the places of pilgrimage alone and strictly observe the duties of the renounced order. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has his purpose. We all know he has internal reasons of his appearance and his external reasons also of his appearance. His internal reason was he wanted to relish Krishna Prema, his own love, how it is like to be a lover. He wanted to relish both as a devotee and as a Supreme Lord. So he came in the form of a devotee to relish the bhakti rasa. And the external reason is because he wants to also deliver the souls in this universe. For since time immemorial, the living entities are suffering. Not only just delivering from the birth and death, also awarding them the highest form of love, which is no one has ever given. Is Mahavadanyaya. Krishna Prema Pradayate. So for that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also wanted to travel South India. These are the internal reasons. However, he wanted to travel by himself. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, the Lord wanted to tour all the places of pilgrimage alone and strictly observe the duties of the renounced order. Generally, when he was with all these devotees, the pamper, they serve so in many ways. That's good. We should serve. They are doing their duty and out of love. But at the same time, for a sannyasi, it's not very conducive. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to set example that he wanted to travel and not accepting all these luxuries. So he was giving some excuse. He was appreciating in his conversation to Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, everyone he was appreciating indirectly, but directly is finding fault. Oh, because you did this, that's not good for me, like that. And basically he's giving excuses so that he can go alone. Any other comments, reflections anyone has want to share until now? This is the beginning of our reading today. Okay, so we will go to text 33, please.
তবে চারিজন বহু মিনতি করিল, স্বতন্ত্র ঈশ্বর প্রভু কভু না মানিল।
Four devotees then humbly insisted that they go with the Lord. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, did not accept their request. Please continue.
তবে নিত্যানন্দ কহে, যে আজ্ঞা তোমার, সুখ দুঃখ সুখ যে হোক কর্তব্য আমার।
Thereupon Lord Nityananda said, whatever you order is my duty, regardless of whether it results in happiness or unhappiness. Actually, I really want to comment on this. This is very beautiful. Each and every act and conversation is an education for us. It's the activities of the Lord in the form of devotee. So ultimately, we want to do seva, right? We want to, many times when we take the devotional service, we want to do seva. Seva is also known as devotional service. Is done not only just the Supreme Lord, it is done to the devotees as well. So devotional service is not just Supreme Lord as far as we understand, right? Because Lord Shiva says, out of all worships, worship of Lord Vishnu is the superior. And better than that is worship of his devotees, his paraphernalia, tadhyanam. So devotional service, in a beginning neophyte stage, we think that, okay, my service is only to the deities. I try to perfectly serve the deities, but I ignore the relationship with the devotees. That's why Rupa Goswami gives Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari. What is the mindset? What is the consciousness of these adhikaris? Kanishtadhikari, once the deity is everything, but they do not know how to serve the devotees. Now, another point, the seva or service means that which pleases the person who is served. When I do seva to somebody, it means it should be pleasing to the other person, the person who is serving. So that's why it's always good to know what is the person likes. Here, four devotees, they're insisting, they want to serve. No, Chaitanya, you need this, you need this, you need this. We want to come, we want to come, we want to come. But Nityananda Prabhu said, whatever you order is my duty, regardless of whether it results in happiness or unhappiness. Whose happiness or unhappiness? Who can say? Whose happiness or unhappiness?
The devotees.
Yeah, the devotee who is serving. The devotees, irrespective of one's happiness, it's not, when we seva is included, it's not by I like it or I don't like it. My likings or dislikings are beyond. It has to be the person we are serving. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us in his Sikshashtakam, and the last verse of Sikshashtakam, Ashlishya padaratam pinastamam adarsanam marmahatam karotva yatha tatha va vidadatu lamprato mat prananathasta sevanapara yatha tatha va vidadatu lamprato. You are the Lord, you are the enjoyer. Whether you kick me or reject me or embrace me. So it's never the question of servants' happiness. That's why sometimes we do the service, I like this service, I do it. But it's important also when it is given to us, even if I don't like it. Because seva, the pure seva, is not for my own pleasure. It's Krishna's pleasure, Krishna's representative's pleasure. That's what I understand from this verse. Nityananda Prabhu said, no, okay, yeah, your order is my duty, whether I like it or not like it. Any comments on this? Any reflections? No? Does it make sense?
Nothing very big, but I remember in the beginning, even I used to think service means service to Krishna. That stage of moving from Kanishta to, I'm not sure that I'm at Madhyama even, but I'm just saying that in the beginning, that's how I saw things, come to service to Krishna, and not so much even service at the temple or, anything else other than, but as we study these a little bit more, we start to understand. And so the importance of studying everything. And even more important than studying it under the guidance. Just yesterday, we were talking about this, and even now, to some extent, for me, it is still following the instruction. I don't think I understand why I'm being told to do something, but I'm, especially, instruction from my guru. It is, I do it because he's asking me to do it. And so I think hopefully in time I will understand why he's asking me to do what, in a sense, maybe what I don't want to do, but he's saying you have to do it like this. This is what I would like you to do. So I think following instructions from a guru, and like you're saying in this verse, making the guru happy, the person we are serving happy, is what is important. We don't have to agree, understand, know, but we need to understand that that is what service is to make them satisfied.
Very nice. Yeah, thank you so much. At the beginning, definitely, when we get introduced, at least we didn't know who Krishna is, and somehow or other we get, by devotee's mercy, we understand slowly. I remember in devotional service among the devotees, we have certain etiquette. We bow down to each other, and senior devotees. At the same time, when we write or when we have over the phone, what we do, we first offer our obeisances. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Prabhupada. And then sometimes we put signature. Anyone knows what we put in signature? Your servant, right? Your humble servant, so and so, I would put it. So I remember one devotee always used to put, instead of your servant, Krishna's servant. Servant of Krishna, like that he was putting. And that's accepted. Of course, we are all ultimately a servant of Krishna. But Chaitanya Charitamrita says, what did that means? That's why Panchatattva, when we read the, I think, 7th or 8th chapter, first Leela, Adi Leela, Lord Chaitanya in his five manifestations, serving, Lord means serving Lord's everything associated with the Lord. And Guru also, we understand from Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, the first chapter is spiritual masters. Gurus includes instructing Guru, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, Prabhupada, all these things has to be seen, and they're not different. Guru is not especially, can be, Guru's manifestation can be in many ways, it can come. So then as we grow, as we mature, whether like or we don't like, that's the training we get. Until now, we have been doing whatever I like it, what is pleasing to me. But it's very hard to do something which is, for others' pleasure. Actually, it needs a lot of purification, a lot of tolerance, patience. But I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Bhavagraj Janardhan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was great, Mother Shobharati, and I look at it too. It's like, not only do we want to do that with the guru, with the devotees, but I think everyone in our lives, we want to take that perspective, right? Like there's lots of things that I don't want to do throughout the week, right? But I have to do those things to be able to serve my family, to, you know, do things that my boss asked me, you know. I mean, even yesterday, my wife's like, hey, I put in a pickup order at Giant. Can you go pick everything up at 3 o'clock? And it's like 3 o'clock when all the schools are getting out, when it's going to be a madhouse in there. Like, I didn't say no. It's like, yeah, I'll do it. You know what I mean? So not only with the devotees and serving Krishna, but I think it's good to have that mindset for everyone, because we could just as easily just say no, it's inconvenient to me. But you know, there are times that we have to have that mindset. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did.
Yeah, we need as you, thank you for bringing, we need, yeah, our attitude, we should be ready to change our attitude, very simple. Yeah, I'm here now, I'm taking this position of a servant, and I should see Krishna's instruction, embrace it and do it happily. At the beginning, the anarthas will say, no, why me? Why I should do it? The anarthas will come. But as we purify ourselves, anartha nibhuti stage, then we'll start relishing those moments. Wow. That's why we see many of the senior devotees, they relish those moments. We had exchanges with devotees with regards to service. Krishna is eternal. Devotional service is also eternal. Everything we do in love and devotion to serve the Lord and his devotees, serving the instructions, is eternal. Thank you for input. Any other comments? I'm going slow, I know. But I think Chaitanya Charitamrita is okay. We understand the whole teachings well. Text 35, please.
কিন্তু এক নিবেদন করো আর বার, বিচার করিয়া তাহা করো অঙ্গীকার।
Yet I still submit one petition to you. Please consider it. And if you think it proper, please accept it. Here is because both devotee and the Lord are the person, conscious beings. Devotees also has a desire to see, to satisfy the Lord, to make him happy. They will try. Krishna wanted to, even when Krishna started herding the cows, he used to go to the forest with hundreds of thousands of cows, and they used to go on bare feet. So Mother Yashoda was very much concerned. He said that I have, what will happen, your soft lotus feet, you might, the thorn may hurt you and all these things. But many ways she was worried constantly. She offered, you should have the shoes. That's Mother Yashoda's desire. So this is natural. This is transcendental exchanges. Krishna has his own plans, desires. Mother Yashoda has her desires also. They don't contradict. They appear like that. Krishna says, okay, if you give shoes for all my cows, then I'll take my shoes. Take shoes for me. So that's the condition he put. He gave an excuse. He said, if I'm wearing shoes, all my 900,000 cows also will be wearing shoes. You have to make them. So they said, no, you better walk barefoot. So here also similar situation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has desire, but Nityananda Prabhu and the other devotees has desire. They're insisting. I submit one petition to you. For what? For Lord's pleasure. Again, this petition is for his pleasure. Please.
কৌপিন বহির্বাস আর জলপাত্র, আর কিছু নাহি যাবে সবে এই মাত্র।
You must take with you a loincloth, external clothes, and a water pot. You should take nothing more than this.
তোমার দুই হস্ত বদ্ধ নাম গণনে, জলপাত্র বহির্বাস বহিবে কেমনে।
Since your two hands will always be engaged in chanting and counting the holy names, how will you be able to carry the water pot and external garments. So, purport. From this verse, it is clear that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting the holy names a fixed number of times daily. The Goswamis used to follow in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Haridas Thakur also followed this principle. Concerning the Goswamis, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, Srila Raghunath Das Bhatta Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Gopala Bhatta Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srinivasa Acharya confirms Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gano Nativihi Sad Goswami Ashtakam. 6. In addition to other duties, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced the system of chanting the holy name of the Lord a fixed number of times daily, as confirmed in this verse. Tamara Dui Hastabadha Nama Ganane. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to count on his fingers. While one hand is engaged in chanting, the other hand kept the number of rounds. This is corroborated in the Chaitanya Chandramrita and also in Srila Rupa Goswami's Tavamala. Badnan Prema Bhara Prakampita Karo Grantin Kot Kati Darakai Sankhyatum Nijaloka Mangala Hare Krishneti Nam Nam Japan. Chaitanya Chandramrita 16. Hare Krishneti Uchchaye Spurita Rasauna Nama Ganana Krita Granthi Sreni Subhaga Kati Sutra Jwala Karha Prathama Chaitanya Ashtaka 5. Therefore, devotees in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must chant at least 16 rounds daily, and this is the number prescribed by the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Haridas Thakur daily chanted 300,000 names. 16 rounds is about 28,000 names. Therefore, there is no, is it true? 16 rounds is about 28,000 names. There is no need to imitate Haridas Thakur or other Vaishnava, other Goswamis, but chanting the holy name a fixed number of times daily is essential for every devotee. Hare Krishna. See, this is as you mentioned, Chaitanya Charitamrita is also instructions. We observe the activities of the devotees who have set example, so we can follow them. It says that not imitate, as Prabhupada makes it very clear. Haridas Thakur could chant 300,000 names. But we cannot imitate it. We can at least it is said that Prabhupada brought it to us, at least 16 rounds of Mahamantra one has to chant every day. That too, one has to count. All our acharyas has followed. Many times we see in YouTube and different Vaishnavas, from different sampradayas, they have their own way of their own mantras. So we get confused what, how, when, how to do these chantings. But we follow the teachings of our parampara. What Rupa Goswami, Sad Goswami taught us, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us. So interestingly, this verse make it very clear. Sometimes we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the portrait of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has his beads in his hand. But here he says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted, isn't it? He says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to count on fingers. While one hand is engaged in chanting, the other, used to count with his fingers. Yeah, okay. He didn't have the one hand he was chanting with beads, the other one he was counting, how many rounds. That's what I understand. Do you all understand the same thing? Right hand, one hand was engaged in chanting with beads. The other hand was engaged in counting how many rounds he did it. There's a video came from Krishna TV. Nowadays devotees chant with these counters. Chant with counters actually, but here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is counting his number of rounds with his left hand. But here the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is being counted with the counter machine. That is okay. It is said that is okay. It's time plus circumstances we should do. But when it's possible, we must try to chant with beats. That's what Acharyas did it. Many times it's not feasible to chant with beats, so you can use the counter. But otherwise, we receive the beats during initiation from the parampara. So that's the first priority should be given. In something else, yeah. So here Nityananda Prabhu is giving excuse. Oh, we agree. I used to not take. At least you should take something, right? Loin cloth needs to be external cloth. Water pot needs to be there, and your hands will be occupied with chanting and counting. How will you carry with all of them with you? Any comment, questions from this purport? We all know this pastime of Prabhupada, I think Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was initiating, all the devotees were supposed to chant 64 rounds. But Prabhupada, out of very compassion to us, he bargained and he made it 16 rounds. Just chant 16 rounds of Mahamantra and we'll go back to Godhead. Follow 4 regulatory principles, chant 16 rounds of Mahamantra, offenseless chanting, of course, we have to be conscious about the offenses, 10 offenses of chanting the holy names, and many offenses we have to carefully guard. Follow 4 regulatory principles, chant 16 rounds, under the guidance of the superior devotee, and we will attain the Krishna prema. This is it would have been 64 rounds, so difficult. Hardly anyone would have been there in this movement, actually. Prabhupada is very merciful and compassionate. Should we move to the next one? Okay. Yeah, I didn't get this point. Anyone understand that 16 rounds is about 28,000 names? One Mahamantra is 16, right? 16, no, so one Mahamantra is what? Yeah, 16 into, maybe 16 into 108, isn't it? So around 1700 something comes. But how this, I think is counting each word, each letter also.
Syllable, maybe, is chanting.
That's good. We should.
So it's double, right? So Hare, so each word has 2 syllables.
Yeah.
Rama, so 32 syllables per mantra.
Still, it says 8,000 names. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Thank you. So, okay, thank you. We can do some work. I'm sorry I could not understand that part. We can do some homework. 38, please.
প্রেমাবেশে পথে তুমি হবে অচেতন, এসব সামগ্রী তোমার কে করে রক্ষণ?
When along the way you fall unconscious in ecstatic love of Godhead, who will protect your belongings, the water pot, garments, and so forth? Nityananda Prabhu is giving all his excuses. Go ahead.
কৃষ্ণদাস নাম এই সরল ব্রাহ্মণ, ইহ সঙ্গে করি লহ ধর নিবেদন।
Sri Nityananda Prabhu continued, he is a simple Brahmana and named Krishnadas. Please accept him and take him with you. This is my request, please. This Krishnadas, known as Kala Krishnadas, is not the Kala Krishnadas mentioned in the 11th chapter, verse 37 of the Adi Leela. The Kala Krishnadas mentioned in the 11th chapter is one of the 12 Gopalas, cowherd boys, who appeared to substantiate the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is known as a great devotee of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. The Brahmana named Kala Krishnadas, who went with Sri Chaitanya to South India and later to Bengal is mentioned in the Madhya Leela, 10th chapter, verse 60 to 79. One should not take these two to be the same person. Any comments on this? So basically, here it mentioned two Kala Krishna Das. One is mentioned in Adi Leela. Yes, please. Dharancharipu, please go ahead.
No, continue. I had a question about the mathematical calculation we talked about previously.
Oh, is
But
it?
you can continue, yeah, when you're done talking about Krishna Das, then
Yeah.
I'll ask.
You're very good in mathematics, looks like. Okay, let me finish this. So Kala Krishna Das is two Kala Krishna Das. We can see there are many names in same name also in spiritual life. Even same time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time itself, two Kala Krishna Dases. This Kala Krishna Das, which is Nityananda Prabhu is referring to accompany Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his South India tour. Then later, because he he falls down in the sense he was influenced by, what do you call these people? I forget the name. We will read. I forget that name. Anyone remembers? The Kala Krishna that's got influenced by, carried away by some class of people.
It was like gypsies.
Was it gypsies?
No.
I thought they're one kind of sahajiyas or something.
Yeah.
So then he rescued, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rescued him and he did not say anything. But when he comes back, he said that, he complained. He said, what kind of person? He complained here. Then he was sent back to Bengal later. Okay, you please go ahead. About 28,000 names.
Yeah, so 16 times 108 is 1,700. And then if you multiply that by 16, that gives to 27,648.
27,648. Again, multiply by 16. I don't. How is it that?
So 16 rounds is about 2,800 names, or 28,000 names.
Yeah. So
right?
108 multiplied by 16 multiplied by 2, right? 30.
No. 108 times 16.
Yeah.
Is one round.
Oh, one.
So in one round we're saying, we're doing 108 mantras, but the actual names is 1,700.
Thank you. So I forgot that about the 16 rounds. I did not. Thank you for contemplating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone has more question on this? Okay, great. So we had some mathematics class also on Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's nice. Yeah, this is we did. Now we will text 40, please.
জলপাত্র বস্ত্রবহি তোমার সঙ্গে যাবে, যে তোমার ইচ্ছা করো কিছু না বলিবে.
He will carry your water pot and garments. You may do whatever you like. He will not say a word. What do we understand from this? What I understand is that just he will not, as far as Nityananda Prabhu is saying, he will not interrupt you in your purpose, in your journey. He will just assist you. He will not disturb you anyway. When devotees are very close, they will always try to influence or control, right? Do this, do that, do this, do that. But he said that this person, Kala Krishna Das, will just carry your belongings. That's it. Very simple belongings. You have basic things. He will carry. He will not say anything. You just do whatever you like. You may do whatever you like. He will just. So basically, Nityananda Prabhu is convincing. Please. This is the culture actually. It's a loving exchanges. You will see sometimes. Devotees say, "No, I don't want. I am full." Then the person who is serving, please, little more. these are loving exchanges in the devotees. So you got this 41.
তবে তার বাক্য প্রভু করি অঙ্গীকারে তাহা সবে লনা গেলা সার্বভৌম ঘরে।
Accepting the request of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Chaitanya took all his devotees and went to the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So earlier the proposal was many devotees wanted to accompany him. He said he rejected. Nityananda Prabhu convinced him, at least take Kala Krishna Das. Finally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed. So then he all together went to the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He's like a fatherly figure for everybody there. Next.
নমস্করি সার্বভৌম আসন নিবেদিল সবাকারে মিলি তবে আসনে বসিল।
As soon as they entered his house, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya offered the Lord obeisances and a place to sit. After seating all the others, the Bhattacharya took his seat. This is a great etiquette. Sounds like ordinary dealings, but it's not an ordinary dealings. In ordinary dealings in Vaishnava is very different. As soon as he came, bowing down, offering obeisances, and it's our part of sampradaya in our teachings. Obeisances is nowadays we notice that even that also been compromised. When we come to the temple, we offer obeisances to everybody, then senior devotees, then Prabhupada, then the deities. That's our culture. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, after he become devotees, he is following this etiquette. He offered the obeisances to the Lord, and also a place to sit. Is etiquette and a place to sit. Then you sit, and then you also take a seat so that you can listen what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking, or the Vaishnavas are speaking, senior Vaishnavas are going to speak. 43, please.
নানা কৃষ্ণ বার্তা কহিল তাহারে তোমা ঠানি আইলান মাজ্ঞা মারিবারে।
After they discussed various topics about Lord Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, I have come to your place just to receive your order.
সন্ন্যাস করি বিশ্বরূপ গিয়াছে দক্ষিণে অবশ্য করিব আমি তাহার অন্বেষণে।
My elder brother Vishwarupa has taken sannyas and gone to South India. Now I must go and search for him.
আজ্ঞা দেহ অবশ্য আমি দক্ষিণে চলিব তোমার আজ্ঞাতে সুখে লেউটি আসিব।
Please permit me to go, for I must tour South India. With your permission, I shall soon return very happily. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is a disciple, right? His disciple. Still, he's having that kind of relationship as he puts others as in senior position. Even Advaita Acharya also, he considers them as a senior. Everybody is serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Still, he respects them as his superiors. He is begging permission and blessings for his trip. And if you permit me, I must go to South India, and I shall return soon very happily. He's asking his permission.
শুনি সার্বভৌম হইলা অত্যন্ত কাতর চরণে ধরিয়া কহে বিষাদ উত্তর।
Upon hearing this, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became very much agitated. Catching hold of the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave this sorrowful reply. Looks like until now, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was not involved in his plans to go to South India. He just expressed Nityananda Prabhu and close associates, Advaita Acharya, they all. But now he's revealing his plans to go for South India by giving a reason of finding his own brother, Vishwarupa. So as soon as Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya heard about it, he became very much agitated. He actually begged. He became very sorrowful. He became very unhappy hearing this message.
বহু জন্মের পুণ্য ফলে পাইনু তোমার সঙ্গ, হেন সঙ্গ বিধি মোর করিলেক ভঙ্গ।
Yeah, after many births, due to some pious activity, I got your association. Now Providence is breaking this invaluable association.
শিরে বজ্র পড়ে যদি পুত্র মরি যায়, তাহা সহি তোমার বিচ্ছেদ সহন না যায়।
If a thunderbolt falls on my head, or if my son dies, I can tolerate it, but I cannot endure the unhappiness of separation from you. This is an interesting analogy he's giving. Is that if a thunderbolt falls on the head, it's going to definitely very, very painful. It's very painful. And another, he says that even if someone's son dies, that is also going to be very painful. He's comparing the pain, highest pains one can experience in this world. He said, if this kind of pain also comes, maybe I'll be able to tolerate, but I cannot tolerate separation from you. I cannot tolerate separation from you. That's why when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also left this planet, so many great devotees of the Lord, they could not tolerate the separation. Viraha. Govinda Virahename. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us how to love in separation. Yugaitam nimisena chakshasa prabhrisaitam sunyaitam jagat sarvam Govinda Virahename. Yuga, a moment of separation feels like yuga. Yuga ages for a moment of separation. As we chant, as we develop, we will eventually develop such kind of feelings. Moment of separation will feel like ages. Govinda Viran in separation from the Lord. So he said that I cannot tolerate. The whole Krishna conscious movement is serving in separation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught. Serving in separation. Either our spiritual master physically present or not, but we follow the instructions. Prabhupada is physically present or not, we follow the instructions. Our spiritual authority is physically present or not, we follow the instructions and carry out our services. This love and service in separation. A very crucial culture we practice at this time. He said, I can tolerate everything, but your separation is intolerable for me. I may die. We'll do 2 more verses, then we'll go for some discussions. Yeah, please.
স্বতন্ত্র ঈশ্বর তুমি করিবে গমন, দিন কত রহ দেখি তোমার চরণ।
Yeah, my dear Lord, you are the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead. Certainly you will depart. I know that. Still, I ask you to stay here a few days more so that I can see your lotus feet. So Krishna is Swarat, independent. He's independent, completely free. He's completely to do anything and everything. No one can stop him. But only devotees can stop him up to a certain extent. Because he gets controlled by the devotees. So he has a free will. He will do it. Independent Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because you said you will go anyway, I know. But my request, I beg, if you can just take a few more days, I can see your lotus feet. Very heart-touching, mode, the heart-touching relationship between the Lord and the devotees. Krishna is the person and devotees are also person. and there's devotional service. They engage in devotional loving services to each other. Even Krishna also serves the devotees. So this is the beauty of Bhakti Rasa. Text 50.
তাহার বিনয়ে প্রভুর শিথিল হইল মন, রহিল দিবস কত না কইল গমন।
Upon hearing Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's request, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relented. He stayed a few days longer and did not depart. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually accepted the request of devotee Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and he stayed a few days longer and did not leave. So we have some reflections, comments, discussions on this. We discussed a lot of subject matters. Anyone wants to share, please feel free. These all are meditational activities. By hearing how Krishna discovered as Goswami, it appears like a simple activity. What is doing? He spoke, he left, he ate. No, that's the devotee's culture, actually, Vaishnava's culture among each other. It's very simple. It's not a very complicated. Prabhupada also established this society under those teachings. Dadati pratiguyati guhyam akrati puchati bhukte bhojayate chaiva sarve piti lakshanam. Among devotees, the 6 kind of exchanges we have it. That's what the activities shows, how Lord Chaitanya has demonstrated, and his associates, his eternal associates, they all together are demonstrating, setting example for the devotees, for all of us. Please correct me if anyone has any more comments. Ranath Prabhu, you want to say something? Dhanachari Prabhu? No?
It's just very pleasing to hear, the interaction. We get direct insight into the conversation and the consideration that's taking place. I think even just on that level of seeing that or hearing that, we're getting association with Lord Chaitanya and his associates. So I think that's very, very, special for me to be able to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. By hearing, we are associating also. By hearing, also we are associating in this lila of pastime of the Lord. That's simply by hearing also our heart can transform. We can see the activities by hearing. The Krishna's or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's or Srila Prabhupada's Lilamrita also, by reading and hearing, we are in that lila. That's what my observation. When we discuss, actually, we are in the Lord's lila, because Lord's lila is eternal and it's transcendental, and one can enter into the Lord's lila by hearing Savanam and Kirtanam. Thank you. Any other comments? Anyone else? Okay, if no one has, we can stop it here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarivascha kripa sindhivevaccha. Danam
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai.